Hi, this is an AI narrating a fanfic, so you might hear a random number every 15 minutes. Just don't worry about it. I am so sorry for that. Also, if this video gets 2 likes and 2 comments, I will release the next part anyway. Enjoy the fanfic. Naruto woke up early. After all, today was Chunin exams. He wore his usual dress and did all preparation for exams. He clenched his fist and looked at them. The power. I can do this. Naruto exited his apartment to see Yakumo and Satsuki waiting. Good morning, said Naruto. Good morning, said both of his teammates. So Naruto, I bet you got a plan, said Yakumo. Naruto nodded. Satsuki raised her eyebrows. Explain, said Satsuki. All rookies are going to enter exams, right? Asked Naruto. Yeah, what does it has to do with them? Asked Satsuki. Except Team 7, we are going to kill everyone, said Naruto coldly. Silence. What? Asked Satsuki wide-eyed. Why just Team 7 inches? Asked Yakumo calmly. Satsuki looked Yakumo in disbelief. Satsuki's little brother is also in it, said Naruto. Wait, you will kill them? Why? Shouted Satsuki. Because they are annoyance. The much we deal with them, we become Chunin more early, said Naruto. A suggestion: let's harm them in such a way they won't be able to fight, said Yakumo. Well, that's good, I guess, said Naruto. Wait. What's wrong with you two? You guys are they're our friends. You two knew each other from before. You didn't even tell me. It's like I am outcast, said Satsuki. They're your friends, not mine, said Naruto emotionless. I won't go far killing them. I will just make things easy for us, said Yakumo in guilt. Plus those guys are annoyance, said Naruto nonchalantly. I do not agree, but one has his own opinion, said Yakumo. Satsuki didn't speak after that. Sigh, Naruto, said Satsuki as she grabbed him in alley and smashed him at wall. What's your problem? Why are you like this? Said Satsuki. Yakumo looked around nervously. What do you mean? Asked Naruto. Why do you hate me? Why won't you let me help you? Said Satsuki as she sobbed. It's because you called me a worthless loser, said Naruto too. Yakumo cited. Satsuki turned cold. It was years ago. I didn't meant it. Okay, I meant it because Narumi and Mito hated us, so I thought, clearly you don't have your opinions. Well, whatever. After this I am going pass and leave Team 11 for good, said Naruto. Don't get arrogant now, said Yakumo teasingly. Naruto flashed a grin. I will pass too, said Satsuki. I don't give a damn, said Naruto as entered exam center 1. Yakumo comforted Satsuki. They reached on the 3rd floor. Kai, said Yakumo as genjutsu dispelled, revealing 2nd floor. Wait, said Rock Lee. Yakumo and Satsuki turned behind to see Rock Lee. Uchiha Satsuki. Let's fight, said Rock Lee. Get lost, we have a exam, said Satsuki coldly. Such unyouthful behavior, said Rock Lee in horror. 6. Satsuki and Yakumo. Let's go, said Naruto as he started walking towards 3rd floor. They nodded and went after him. Sensei, asked Naruto in surprise. I hope you're ready, asked Rin. Naruto nodded while other two gave thumbs up. They entered room and approached Rookie 9 group. Naruto was being dragged by Yakumo, much to his annoyance. Hey guys, said Ino. Hey Ino, said Satsuki. Ready? I am definitely gonna become Chunin, said Kiba. Yeah, said Mito, and Narumi. Sasuke was looking at Naruto, who was ignoring everyone. You guys must be silent, said a woman. Naruto looked at her and came forwards. Rookie noticed that. Who are you? Asked Naruto. Gurren. You are? Asked Gurren. Uzumaki. Naruto, said Naruto. You're from Sound Village, said Naruto in surprise. Yeah, why? Asked Gurren too. I heard they are new village. I am looking forward to fight Sound Nins, said Naruto. Hokage room. Now isn't he a sexy one? Said Jiraiya. Jiraiya, said Suad in anger. I hope he isn't planning to sleep with her, said Kakashi jokingly. Kushina had red aura around her. Everyone gulped. That witch better keep her hands off him, said Kushina too. Information on potential enemies? Asked Satsuki and Naruto. Yeah, I have many cards. Who would like to know? Said Gurren. Gaara of Sand, said Naruto. Oh, anyone else you want? Asked Gurren. No, why not? Asked Neji. I am not interested in Konoha Shinobi, said Naruto coldly. Gaara of Sand he has. From village hidden in sand he has completed 10 S rank mission, 4 A rank mission and 23 C rank mission. He has ability to manipulate sand. His taijutsu is below average. Ninjutsu unknown in Genjutsu unknown. He is also son of Kazekage. He came out of every battle without being damaged, said Gurren. 1 Naruto nodded while Rookie 9 was slightly scared, including Sasuke. Uzumaki. Naruto, I want to know about him, said Sasuke. Everyone looked at him as if he is insane. Uzumaki. Naruto, he is from Konoha. 1A mission, 5C rank mission, 23D rank mission and 1S rank mission. His taijutsu is strong. Ninjutsu unknown. Genjutsu is also unknown. Wait, his skills aren't mentioned here. Everything is secretive here, said Gurren. Naruto smirked. However, only Satsuki and Yakumo knew his true power. Bet this dope loser doesn't have skills. Family failure, said Kiba mockingly. Well, at least I am not a mutt, said Naruto. Kiba fumed. On that Hokage room, that woman knows a lot, said Kurenai. Yeah, said Suad. PFF mutt, said Jiraiya as he laughed. That idiot, said Asuma as facepalmed. But how come we don't have Naruto's skills in official record? Said Kushina as she saw Naruto's file. Perhaps he don't have skills in taijutsu, asked Jiraiya. Yeah, he might be more in ninjutsu, said Guy. No, said Rin. Everyone looked at her. Naruto taijutsu is high chunin level. Ninjutsu is unknown. Genjutsu. Well, Yakumo is his best friend, so there is no way he don't know Genjutsu, said Rin. What do you mean you don't know about ninjutsu? Asked Obito. He never used more than 1 or 2 jutsu during missions. However, I have a feeling that ninjutsu is his best. He is hiding his skills, said Rin. And let's not forget Finjutsu, said Hiruzen. Finjutsu? Asked Asuma in surprise. Oh yeah, he did. Made seals for his sword, said Minato as he remembered. How does he know Finjutsu? Asked Jiraiya. I taught him, said Hiruzen. His sword too. What was its name? Bang. 1. Zangetsu, said Rin. 2. Minato. How about we teach him Rasengan? Asked Kushina. He won't learn it since it's mine jutsu, said Minato dejectedly. I think it's not wise to teach him that it's a rank jutsu. Plus I don't think he is not ready. I'll teach him, and if he doesn't want to I will teach him my personal jutsu, said Rin. He's not ready. Kakashi was cut by Rin. He is. I taught him, and teaching Sasuke Chidori is wise, asked Rin coldly. Sasuke is different. Let me guess, he is an Uchiha, asked Obito in bored tone. 1. Kakashi, you're just nervous that Sasuke might not make it if Naruto masters it, said Rin. You're not sure about his skills, said Obito, because Naruto is better than him, not as a person, but his skills are better. Kakashi looked his teammate in shock. What? Oh, Minato-sensei doesn't even know, said Rin. Wait, what? Asked Minato seriously. Kakashi has been teaching Sasuke and only giving him personal lessons and extra lessons. He also taught him his personal taijutsu. He taught him Chidori. He gave him scrolls. Mito has already been trained by Jiraiya Saunde Sama Sensei Kushina ne. And Kakashi, however, he just taught Sakura tree climbing, said Rin coldly. 22 Slap. Kushina slapped Kakashi looked in shock. Anbu pull out Team 7 out of exams, said Minato coldly. Wait, what? asked Kakashi. Everyone glared at Kakashi except Suad. No need for that, I already knew about. This Rin informed me, that is why I asked Saunde to teach her some skills, said Hiruzen with smile. Minato cited, Kakashi, you're demoted to Chunin rank for a year, said Minato. 12 Kakashi looked in shame. I can't believe I ever had crush on him, said Rin in disgust. 5. Let's watch. It seems Ibiki has started exams, said Hiruzen. Naruto walked towards entrance of Forest of Death. The written exam went well. He looked around to see half people of people. Orochimaru explained them concept of heaven and earth scroll and how they are supposed to obtain them. Naruto, do you have a strategy in mind? Asked Yakumo. Naruto nodded. Do it includes me? Asked Satsuki rudely. Yeah, said Naruto, we will be moving towards Tower Strait. While moving, 20 clones will be moving around us in a circle to see if a team is coming at our direction. The moment they see clones, they will dispel themselves and I will receive option, said Naruto. Satsuki nodded in understanding. Satsuki, since you have activated your 3 Tomo Sharingan, you will observe the moments of opponents and take them out quickly or put them in Genjutsu. Yakumo, while we are traveling, put a Genjutsu on us and fight them since your combat ability has grown till my level, said Naruto. Yakumo smiled while Satsuki closed her eye. In the end they got Earth Scroll. Team 11 was moving at constant rate. The plan was going as predicted. Naruto suddenly stopped and looked at left. Naruto, asked Satsuki, a team is coming in this direction. They are from AIM, said Naruto. Do they look strong? Asked Yakumo. Naruto smirked. The leader of AIM team jumped on ground to see Team 11. Uzumaki. Naruto, asked Koi. Naruto eye narrowed. He is looking for me. That's me, said Naruto. Koi charged at Naruto, but Naruto caught his fist and threw him on ground. Satsuki charged at the Blondie AIM member. Jun launched a fist towards Satsuki, but she kicked him with ease. Tch weak. Naruto clapped his hand together, lightning style. Thunder arrow, shouted Naruto as many thunder arrows went towards Koi at Koi with great speed. Water style wave, said Koi as a wave went towards Naruto with electricity in it. Naruto jumped at tree and ran towards Koi. Naruto grabbed his hand and Smike Road. Yakumo was looking at her opponent, whose hands she just broke. Boom, said Naruto as he placed an explosive on Koi. Koi eye widen and he went flying at tree. Bleeding. They are weak, said Satsuki. Yeah, said Naruto in disappointment. Yakumo came over, showed the heaven scroll. Yada finally, said Naruto. Satsuki grinned and Yakumo has an arrogant smile. Are you going to kill us? Asked Koi. Naruto shook his head. Let's go, said Naruto as they went forward. Team 10, they were shaking in horror as they saw Gaara killing his opponent easily. Shit, thought Kiba. Troublesome, we gotta get out. Ah, Sasuke-kun, save me, thought Ino. Choji was silent in fear. Let's get out of here, said Kiba. Choji nodded nervously. Oi, I smell Satsuki, said Kiba. Troublesome. Team 11 inches asked Shikamaru. I don't think it is a good idea to face them, said Choji. Come on, Satsuki might be strong but we are stronger, said Kiba. Yakumo and Naruto, asked Ino. Yakumo can be dealt with and Naruto is dead. Last family failure as if hell. He can do anything, said Kiba. You're wrong, said Choji. Everyone stopped. What? Said Kiba. He's right. Naruto isn't someone taken lightly, said Ino in fear. He is a dead last. Deception as first thing we taught in shinobi career, said Shikamaru. Kiba became silent. And think Kiba, if he was weak, wouldn't he be dead on a class mission? Asked Shikamaru. 1. And don't forget he killed all bandits, said Choji. Gee guys, said Kiba, even Gurren woman didn't have information on him, said Shikamaru. You guys are overreacting, let's go, said Kiba as he ran away. Everyone cited, shit Team 11. Team 11 was jumping through trees. It has been 3 days since they stole scroll. They were moving towards tower when Naruto suddenly stopped. Something is wrong, said Naruto. What happened, said Satsuki. All my clones have been killed, said Naruto. Yakumo instantly became alert and Satsuki activated her Sharingan. PSS Team 11 snapped behind to see a white snake behind them. It was 1 feet away from them. Naruto inched back in fear. Satsuki and Yakumo were shaking. The killer intent was so much huge. Suddenly the snake mouth opened and 2 hands came out. Yakumo eye widened in horror while Naruto summoned Zangetsu. Satsuki took out her kunai line break. Hokage-sama, shouted a Chunin who just entered room. Geez, stop shouting. What happened, asked Minato. Chunin exams, said Chunin as he took breath. Take deep breath and talk, said Minato. Anbu found bodies of 3 genin. They were murdered, said Chunin. All right, it's natural for death, although we found snakeskin, said Chunin. Minato's eye widened. Summon Orochimaru and Jiraiya. Anbu, said Minato. Hi, a snaked woman with pony tail came out of snake. She had chocolate brown eyes which had insanity in them. Her hair was short. She was wearing undergarments and cracked her knuckles. Heya, said the woman. Who are you, asked Yakumo. Ah, silly of me, I am Anko Mitarashi, said Anko cheerfully. You're not a genin, said Satsuki. Of course I am here for a certain someone, said Anko madly. Who, asked Naruto. You, said Anko. With a smile she disappeared in second and Naruto was sent flying towards tree as he coughed blood. Satsuki attempted to kick her in gut but Anko caught her hands and threw her on ground. Yakumo approached her as she was only a second far from her. She put a invisibility genjutsu on her body. Anko suddenly grabbed her neck and raised her in air. Yakumo struggled. A shuriken came from behind as Anko dogged it. She looked at Satsuki who was raging with her Sharingan. Sharingan A. Anko released Yakumo and knocked her out. Anko swiftly went at Satsuki and launched few snakes on her. Fire style. Great fireball jutsu, shouted Satsuki as a fireball launched towards Anko. Anko grabbed Yakumo by head and threw her towards fireball. No, shouted Satsuki. Satsuki moved fast and protected Yakumo. That was close. Satsuki suddenly fainted on. Yakumo was already knocked out. Anko turned behind to see Naruto standing up. Naruto Gaki-chan, asked Anko. You didn't kill them, said Naruto. I hate senseless killing, said Anko. Show me what you got, said Anko. Wind-style wind dragon, shouted Naruto. A 5 times big dragon appeared and was launched towards Anko. Anko grinned. So you're hiding your power? Earth-style giant wall, shouted Anko. The dragon crashed with wall creating a huge explosion. Naruto created 2 clones and took his teammates away from battle. Team 7 they stopped when they heard huge explosion. What was that? Shouted Sakura. I sense Otouto, said Mito with slight fear. That means Satsuki is there too, asked Sasuke as he was worried. One, Yakumo too, said Sakura. It's risky to go. I am sure everyone heard it and many will go to check it out, said Sakura. She is right, but we already have scrolls, said Sasuke. One, we will go, said Mito. So they went towards site. Team 8 Boom. Hinata used her Byakugan. Naruto-san is there too, said Hinata. I knew I should have stopped him from participating. It seems he is fighting someone strong, said Shino. Yeah, I mean, there are strong people, but Narumi was cut by Shino. It's not a genin. In fact, this person didn't participated in exams. I learned about them through insect, said Shino. So it's a invader, said Narumi, fearing for Naruto. Let's check it out, said Hinata. Naruto, I won't let you die, Team 9. What the hell, said Tenten. It seems we have some youthful people, said Lee. The magnitude of explosion, said Neji, and dead last is also there, thought Neji. I will go and check it out, said Lee, and he ran. Tenten cited Team 10. They stopped moving towards Team 11. I think we should return. We can steal from other team, said Choji. I think too, said Ino. No, everyone is going at that location. I can smell them, said Kiba. Really, asked Shikamaru. Yeah, let's go, said Kiba. Naruto was lying on floor coughing blood. Anko stood in front of him. He was strong for his age. I swear he has talent. Foolish Minato and Kushina. And guess what did I discovered? You lied. You can use all elements: fire, water, wind, electricity and earth, said Anko. But none worked on you, said Naruto. I am strong, said Anko with cheeky grin. What do you want? Asked Naruto. Anko bended on her knee and put hands on his face. She softly whispered, You, 7. Why do you continue to save your teammate? Asked Anko as she pointed towards girls who were at little distance under a tree. They discriminated. You hated you for something you didn't do. Your parents neglected you. Your sisters up till few months looked down at you. Your aged children ignored you. People in village hates you. Why protect such people? They beat you every day. They took your childhood and made it hell. Why? Asked Anko. I hate this village too, but there are someone who loves me. Iruka sensei, Hiruzen, Jij, Ayame ne Tuchi, Yakumo and Rin, said Naruto. Anko smirked. Maybe you should cut Hiruzen and Rin part, said Anko as she smiled. What? Asked Naruto. I won't tell you why, but think, Naruto, can these guys fight for you? I mean, Hiruzen is reaching his age. Rin might be strong, but what makes you think she will side you? When it comes to your death, Iruka, Ayame and Tuchi might be the only people who love you, but they can't protect you, said Anko coldly. But silence. You think you're strong. Yes, you might be strong, but your sisters have Kyuubi's chakra in their guts. Once they grown and master their Uzumaki blood, you're done for. You can't match their powers with such poor training. No offense, but Jinchuriki are strong as hell. Ask that fox in your body. He will give you a better explanation. They will look down on you again. That's how Konoha is. They value power, not bonds. Wake up, Uzumaki. Naruto, open your eye. They called worthless piece of trash. How can you protect such people? Roared Anko. Naruto started crying on spot. PFF, I know ID don't know what T to do, said Naruto. Anko I softened. She hugged him and gave him a kiss on cheeks. Make sure you use it. My gift, said Anko as he bit his neck. For Naruto fainted. The curse mark glowed. Anko grinned. Anko became alerted as Yakumo started to wake up. She grinned and vanished away in thin air. Yakumo opened her eye. What happened? Naruto and Satsuki, said Yakumo as she ran towards them. She dragged them out of that place and hid them in cave. She unsealed medical box and started treating them. She never noticed the seal glowing. Satsuki slightly opened her eyes. She sat down to see Yakumo awake. Yakumo? Asked Satsuki. Satsuki, said Yakumo as she hugged her. What happened? Asked Satsuki. We were knocked out by that Anko girl, said Yakumo. Satsuki turned to see Naruto lying on ground bandaged. What happened to him? Asked Satsuki. My best guess is he fought her alone, said Yakumo. So we were useless, said Satsuki dejectedly. How much time? Asked Satsuki. 3 hours, said Yakumo. Hey, I think I found them, said a voice. For real? Asked a girl. Now we're talking, said another voice. Satsuki grabbed her tools and became ready for battle. Suddenly all teams came at that location. Team 7 arrived. Team 8 arrived. Team 9 arrived. Team 10 arrived. Hey, you mummy-looking creature, what scroll? Kiba was cut off by killer intent. You have a death wish? Asked Dosu. Kiba stepped back in feet while Akamaru whimpered. They are dangerous, thought Ino and Sakura. Kiba, don't make a fool of yourself, said Hinata coldly. Where is Team 11 inches? Asked Sasuke, worried for Naruto and Satsuki. They are our targets, said Kin as she smiled. Mito and Narumi was searching for their brother. Suddenly a large killing intent covered area. They all looked at direction of cave. A figure walked out with red eye blazing. Satsuki, she looked coldly at Kin. You are here for us, I'll kill you then, said Satsuki coldly. Yeah, right as if Zaku was cut by Yakumo, who came right after her. Shut the hell up, get lost, said Yakumo with cold eye, which even scared Hinata. Satsuki, said Ino nervously. Ino, if you're here for scroll, forget it, said Satsuki. Yeah right, we will take. Kiba stopped as a kunai went through his cheek, cutting it a bit. Kiba eye widen in fear. When did she get so? Yakumo went forward and kicked Zaku in gut. Zaku was pushed back but manipulated wind to attack her. Zaku noticed a explosion paper on his clothes and Yakumo smirked. Boom. Unfortunately, Zaku threw his shirt and saw fed Satsuki and Kin's fists smashed with each other, causing a shockwave. Other genin looked in fear. Team 10 hid in bushes. This is compete on different level. How did they get so strong? Naruto that dead last, no wonder he survived this far. One. Team 7 looked in shock. Sasuke was looking at Satsuki in fear. Such coldness, it reminded of Kakashi. Sometime he forget she is her elder sister. Mito and Narumi was looking in shock. And Sakura was jaw hanging at power. Hinata and Shino were shocked as well. Team 9 looked in awe. Finally, too serious. Kunoichi, thought Neji and Tenten. Kin kicked Satsuki in face, but Satsuki caught it and sent her flying at tree. Yakumo was fighting Dosu. Dosu kicked her in stomach while Zaku suddenly stood and kicked her on waist, sending her flying. Yakumo, said Satsuki. Ino used her mind transfer jutsu to switch place with Kin too. Satsuki, go and help her, said Kin. Ino, oh right, said Satsuki. Satsuki kicked Dosu on chest, sending him on ground. Suddenly a sinner charka surrounded the area. Everyone froze. Every genin in area was trembling with fear. Suddenly Naruto walked out, whose shirt was destroyed while black pant was still there. His eye was dark cold blue with black markings on left hand, while his face's whiskers became more dark. He walked calmly towards his teammate. What is this? Thought Ino. His charka is dark, thought Sakura in fear. And Naruto, what is happening? Thought Hinata. Dope is that him? No, his charka, it's evil. How much have you changed? Thought Sasuke. Troublesome. What is Yakumo? Satsuki, who did this? Asked Naruto in coldly. We did, said Zaku. Naruto disappeared in flash and appeared behind Zaku. Everyone gaped in speed. That speed was insane, thought Mito and Narumi. Naruto summoned Zangetsu and slashed in left hand from his body. Zaku roared in pain. Everyone looked in horror. You bastard! Dosu was unable to say anything as Naruto grabbed his neck. Naruto punched him on face crack. His lower jaw was heavily injured. Dosu fell on ground, unable to cry in misery as his jaw pained. He just struggled on ground while tears came out of his eyes. Naruto looked at Kin. Ino eye widen and she suddenly undid her jutsu. Kin woke up and see her surrounding. Zaku. Dosu, said Kin. Naruto looked at Kin blankly. He began to walk towards her until he felt a tug on his both hands. That's enough, Naruto, said Yakumo. And Naruto, please, said Satsuki. Naruto stopped moving and weird marking went away. Naruto's upper body was naked with dry blood of Zaku, while his zangetsu in his hand as his eye now had warmth. Yakumo. Satsuki, are you fine? Asked Naruto. They both nodded. Well then, said Naruto. Naruto looked at others who were watching. His eye turned cold as he looked at them. Have you gathered your scrolls? Asked Naruto. Why yeah, said Sakura in fear. Tenten nodded hesitantly. Shino nodded. Ino shook her head. I see. Let me guess, you were coming at us? Asked Naruto in bored tone. That irritated them a bit. Why yeah, said Choji. We have a extra, just leave us alone, said Kin. Naruto looked at Kin. You have my respect, give them, said Naruto neutrally. Let's go, we have to reach tower soon, said Naruto. Yakumo and Satsuki nodded. Let's just hope nobody try to do something. It will be a shame to kill them, said Naruto in bored tone. Everyone understood the warning. Naruto-san, I suggest you to surrender in final matches, said Hinata calmly. Naruto jumped on tree. And so did Yakumo and Satsuki and ran towards tower. Hinata stood there still. He ignored you, said Sasuke. Ignored? He didn't even acknowledge her existence, said Tenten. Naruto entered tower and was greeted by all. Jonin and Hokage Rin and other gasped as they saw blood on Naruto's body. Kushina looked in horror. And Naruto, said Rin as she approached Naruto. Rin-sensei, feels like has been a while since I saw you, said Naruto. Is that your blood? Naruto asked Asuma. Nope, it's not mine, said Naruto. Everyone gulped. Naruto, said Iruka as he looked in horror. Iruka-sensei, said Naruto happily. Medics, roared Iruka. Iruka-sensei, calm down, it's not mine, said Naruto. And Naruto, I know it's foolish to ask, but did you had to kill anyone? Asked Iruka. No, I didn't kill, said Naruto. Too. Iruka hugged Team 11. Thank God you kids are safe, said Iruka. Team 11 flashed smile. Minato felt a little jealous but knew it was his fault. Naruto-kun, I hate to break it to you, but there was Invader. Orochimaru was cut by Naruto. Anko Mitarashi, said Naruto. Everyone looked him in shock and horror. I fought her. Damn, she was so strong, said Naruto as he clenched his fist. She was playing with me. Her power was on different level. One stood no chance, said Naruto in awe. You fought her? Asked Suad in horror. Yeah, so? Asked Naruto. Naruto-kun, she was apprentice who ran away from Konoha. Her power surpasses Sannin itself, said Orochimaru. Team 11 looked wide-eyed. Naruto, I want to ask you a question. Did she give you something? Asked Rin. Too. Naruto pushed power in his seal and black markings came over his body. Curse seal, that's what she called it, said Naruto. Everyone started him in horror. Fuck, said Jiraiya and Asuma. Orochimaru looked at seal closely, while Naruto looked confused. So she completed it, huh? Said Orochimaru. The power is so good, said Naruto as he applied more charka in seal and eye became black and blue. I feel power, this is amazing, said Naruto in childish way. Everyone looked in fear and horror. Naruto, your behavior, it's changed, said Yakumo. Changed what? Asked Naruto. Listen Naruto, you can't use that power, said Jiraiya. Fuck you, why can't I? Asked Naruto in anger. Shit, he really has changed, thought everyone. It's dangerous, said Jiraiya as he raised his voice. Like Kyuubi's charka isn't, roared Naruto. Everyone looked in shock while Minato and others remained neutral as they knew Naruto knows. Naruto, listen, that curse mark sure gives you power. It reveals your true emotion, however it's addictive, said Sarutobi Hiruzen. Naruto pauses. I will train you to get more powerful. Jiraiya was cut by Naruto. Shut up, fine, I won't use it. You want Kyuubi brats to get glory, fine, have it your way, said Naruto. They have names, shouted Kakashi. Shut up, you piece of shit, die like your father, said Naruto in anger. 24 Everyone looked at him in shock. Kakashi stepped back. Am I allowed to participate in next exams? Or, yes, you're allowed. Don't think like that, you're my son. No, I am Not your just blondie shit of a cage who plays favoritism, spat Naruto. Minato looked away in shame while Rin watched in pity. Everyone was quiet. Anko was dressed in auto. Jonin was laughing inside. Let's go Naruto, said Yakumo quietly. Tch, sometimes I wish I got another mother and father as parents, whispered Naruto as went away, followed by Satsuki and Yakumo. Minato flashed away, but everyone saw tears on place. He was standing. Kushina ran away while Rin chased after her. Kakashi said Asuma. Kakashi said nothing and looked at ground. Naruto was standing on railing along with him were rest of Rookie, who were waiting to start. Naruto was in, however, in deep thought. That toad sage will keep an eye on me, not me. Mention Minato will keep me under watch now. Suddenly yellow flash enveloped room and Minato along with Kushina was there. All Jonin were present as well. Now we will begin our exams. Those who will pass these matches will make to finals. If someone wants to quit, you're more than welcome to, said Minato. Gurren raised her hand and walked away. 3. We will start exams now. Come according to your name when displayed on screen, said Hayate. The screen opened, revealing Sasuke versus Choji. Sasuke looked confident while Choji was hecka nervous. Makoto was watching from audience section while Itachi was nodding at Sasuke and gave a quick glance at Naruto. Sasuke versus Choji. Sasuke looked and Choji surprisingly. Sasuke nodded in respect while Choji returned the gesture. Sasuke went towards Choji and attempted to kick him, but Choji used paper bombs and whole area was filled with smoke. Sasuke activated Sharingan and spotted Choji. He moved towards him when suddenly Choji weaved sign, multi-size technique, said Choji as his body expanded like a balloon and moved towards Sasuke in great speed. Sasuke used hand signs, fire style great fireball jutsu, said Sasuke. As a fireball was launched in his direction, Choji immediately changed direction. Sasuke smirked and threw pointed needles on ground. Choji felt pain and immediately deformed. Sasuke came behind him and put a kunai on his neck. Surrender. Choji sighed and nodded. Winner Uchiha Sasuke by surrender, said Hayate. You fought well, said Sasuke. Thanks, you were amazing too, said Choji. Makoto smiled while Itachi nodded proudly. The screen lit up again, revealing Shino versus Zaku. Shino moved calmly towards arena while Zaku, who was left with one hand, smirked. Good luck Shino, said Narumi cheerfully. Do your best, said Hinata. Shino nodded. Shino versus Zaku. Shino pointed his hand towards Zaku and many bugs attacked him. Zaku uses his hand to create wind pressure and remove them from way. When they disappeared, Zaku's vision cleared where he couldn't spot Shino. Suddenly he felt pain as his waist when Shino kicked him with chakra-coated leg. He fell on ground. Please surrender, said Shino. Shut the fuck up, I am strong, shouted Zaku. Zaku moved towards him and attempted to punch him, but Shino dogged him easily. Zaku kept attacking him in attempt to injure him but couldn't. How? Roared Zaku. One. Shino took advantage of situation and kicked him at same injury where Naruto cut his hand. Zaku roared in pain and cried, PFF, laughed Naruto. 1. Everyone looked at him. Naruto didn't pay attention. It's all your fault you cut my hands, shouted Zaku at Naruto. All Jonin looked in shock, while Genin, who saw this, all shivered. And God, you're so annoying, said Naruto in annoyance. Shino knocked him out. Winner Shino Aburame by knockout, said Hayate. Next match was displayed, Sakura vs. Ino. Naruto snorted and sat at ground relaxing. Kakashi noticed it and decided to speak. Aren't you going to observe battle? Asked Kakashi. What is there to observe? Asked Naruto. Kakashi frowned. Sakura and Ino are strong too, said Kakashi in defense. I have nothing to copy from cheap fangirls. They are weak. If you can't understand such a single think you're a idiot, said Naruto harshly. The fight went same in anime 1. Naruto made a disgusted face. Can I kill them now please? Next match was displayed. Temari vs Tenten. Temari vs Tenten. Tenten pulled out a sword and charged towards Temari, who blocked the sword by her fan. Temari shunshin behind Tenten and kicked her on waist, sending her flying. Tenten threw smoke bomb as she went flying and created smoke screen. How stupid. Wind style. Great breakthrough, said Temari. The smoke cleared, revealing hundred of weapons charged towards Temari at great speed. Temari stood with an arrogant smile while Tenten was no better. Who do you think will win? Asked Yakumo. Blondie, said Naruto calmly. And why is that such unyouthful comment? I stated facts and my prediction isn't sure, so anything could happen, said Naruto. Why did you though that? Asked Guy calmly. Muscles isn't everything, Guy-san. You have trained Lee in taijutsu due to his condition. However, what about Tenten? As far as I heard, she is more into weaponry and kenjutsu. Neji, who is a Hyuga, has been taught Hyuga style to fight from early age. He will be fine, said Naruto. Physical strength is also important, said Guy in protest, even against a long-range fighter. Please, a shinobi must be ready for everything. She clearly got far on her own, said Naruto. Guy stayed silent. Wind style wall, said Temari. All weaponry stopped and flew away in different directions. Temari moved in a high speed and slammed her fan on Tenten's back, sending her flying on ground. Winner Temari of the sand by knockout, said Hayate. These both are real kunoichi, said Naruto to Yakumo. She nodded. The screen lit up, revealing new matching Dosu vs Satsuki. Dosu vs Satsuki. Good luck, Satsuki, said Yakumo. Satsuki smiled and made her way down. He didn't even encourage me. Satsuki looked to see Dosu. Dosu I were hungry for vengeance. Makoto was worried while Itachi was watching calmly. Dosu charged towards Satsuki. Satsuki dogged easily and kicked him on ribs. I will kill you, said Dosu. Satsuki looked at him in boredom. She jumped in air and kicked him at face as he cried in pain. Fire style firebirds, said Dosu. A bunch of firebirds charged at Satsuki, who weaved hand signs. Fire style firebullets, said Satsuki as she countered his jutsu. It's over, said Satsuki as she revealed her Sharingan 3. Satsuki moved in a high speed and slammed her knee in Dosu's stomach. Dosu flew back with blood on his mouth. Winner Satsuki Uchiha, said Hayate. Well, that was quick, said Kakashi. You have trained your students well, said Asuma to Rin. Yeah, said Rin as punched in air. How about Yakumo? Asked Kurenai. Well, I trained her in taijutsu. I taught her some jutsu and gave her enough jutsu to learn. She is from Yakumo clan, so she said she doesn't need help in genjutsu, said Rin. 5 inches. Well, you trained her in all aspects, said Kushina. Yeah, I am sure she will be fine, said Rin. What if she gets killed? Naruto glared at Kurenai, releasing his killer intent. Everyone looked at Naruto. Listen, woman, I will seriously kill you. How dare you to question her skills when you gave up on her, roared Naruto. Naruto, calm down, said Yakumo. She has no idea what she has done to you, and yet she comes in your way. Seriously, how can this red-eyed trash became Jonin? I don't give a flying fuck if you're a genjutsu master or whatever. Don't insult her, said Naruto coldly. Kurenai glared at him with anger while Rin facepalmed. Naruto, Kurenai was my student. You can't. Kushina was cut by Naruto. Oh, that explains her actions, since it you who taught her, said Naruto. 9. Kushina glared at Naruto. 1. The screen lit up. Gaara vs Lee. Gaara vs Lee. Gaara jumped at ground with manic grin while Lee stood front of him in determination. Begin. Lee wasted No time and launched at Gara. Gara sand protects him and sand tentacle launched itself at Lee, who moved in a high speed and dogged it. The speed is good, said Naruto. No kidding, said Kiba. He's fast, said Satsuki as her Sharingan was active. Perhaps you're scared, Naruto-san. You might as well give up and might as well accept my proposal. It has many advantages, said Hinata smugly. Accept it, Naruto-kun, or else I will have to resort to next method. 3. Kiba snickered while Neji smirked. Jonin looked in tension. I never give up, said Naruto. Gara threw Lee at ground, causing crack. Ag, said Lee in pain. Sand coffin, said Gara. The sand around Lee tried to capture him, but Lee was fast enough to escape. Lee eye flashed and he moved fast enough to punch Gara in face. Gara's face cracked. Lee grinned while Gara had manic smirk. Lee did it, said Gaia. Lee appeared on statue and removed his weights. A huge explosion was heard. Everyone looked in shock. Are those weights? Asked Kiba. Yeah, said Neji. Just like you, said Yakumo as she looked at Naruto. Naruto nodded. Wait, what? Asked Kakashi. You have weight? Asked Guy in excitement. Naruto nodded. Did you know about it? Asked Sasuke to Satsuki. She nodded. How much is it? Asked Kushina. 60 kilograms, said Rin calmly. Kushina eye widened and looked at Naruto. Damn, he is hiding way too much. Gaia looked nervously. Lee has 30 shit. 16. Lee was actually able to keep up with Gara. Gara and Lee fist slammed with each other. Mother wants your blood, said Gara manically. 6. Armor of sand, said Gara as Lee charged at Gara, but his attack was blocked. Lee came behind him and kicked him it back, but sand caught it and sended him back flying. Inner gates. 5th gate of limit, shouted Lee. Green Charka surrounded Lee. Inner 8 gates. Woa, said Naruto in awe. You know what they are? Asked Guy in surprise. The 8 gates exist in order to limit the flow of within an individual's body. Ordinarily, individuals can use no more than 20% of their body's full potential. The brain's way of protecting the individual from harming their body through overexertion. With training, individuals can learn to remove these limiters, referred to as opening the gates. With each opened gate, individuals are given access to more and more of their body's chakra, thus increasing their physical strength and speed, said Naruto in excitement. Genin nodded in understanding. Naruto, how do you know so much? Asked Guy in shock. Other Jonin looked shocked as well. When I was kid, I used to read a lot about different type style. I found 8 inner gates. There are so many things to learn, knowledge and power, yet so less time, said Naruto. 4. Orochimaru eye narrowed. He used to have such thoughts too until Hiruzen knocked some senses into him. Reverse lotus, Lee shouted as he punched Gara on his face. Send flying. Gara eye wide as he felt himself in mid-air. Lee kicks him towards ceiling and wraps him around with bandages and moved him towards ground at great speed. Gara used sand to land carefully. Land on ground. Gara looked him in anger. Lee passed out and fell on ground. Sand coffin, shouted Gara. Before he can do anything, Naruto jumped in great speed and slammed his leg with Charka on Gaara's hand. Gaara screamed in pain. One guy was standing in front of Lee in protection. Naruto looked and Kankuro and glared at him. Oi trash, come down and take this garbage from here. My battle is yet to be done and he is polluting the ground, said Naruto coldly. Kankuro nodded in fear and did what he was told. You stopped match, Naruto-san. You must be disqualified, said Hinata. Yes, he will be safe now. Minato shook his head. Naruto paid no attention to her and kept on climbing stairs. Didn't you heard you or Gaara tried to kill him when he was unconsciousness. The match was over when Lee fainted. I protected a fellow Leaf Shinobi, said Naruto calmly. Hayate nodded and Minato smiled. Tch. And this is Hyuga clan heir. The clan is doomed, said Naruto sarcastically. Hinata looked in shock. And anger Naruto ignored and went where he was standing before. Guy, that was totally careless to teach him. You have lost my respect, said Kakashi in disappointment, as if teaching Sasuke Chidori was a brilliant job, said Guy in sarcasm too. It's good you taught him. He will grow stronger and stronger, said Naruto in awe. Guy grinned at him. Naruto, do you even understand he could die, said Kakashi, hoping he would provoke fear. Boo, big deal. Shinobi life is about life and death, plus I am pretty sure Guy-san would not have forced him to do this. He chose his life, his decision, said Naruto in sarcasm. Oh, and about respect, what makes you think Guy-san know anyone in this entire room needs your approval? Don't get high, Chunin, said Naruto as he smirked. One Kakashi just glared at him in anger. Why is he always against me? Two Genin looked in shock while Jonin winced at insult. The screen lit up again showing Hinata versus Yakumo. For the first time in his life, Naruto was worried for Yakumo. He knew how powerful Hinata was and Yakumo might get injured. He knew he should trust her skills, but yet he can't deny worried feeling for his friend. But he kept a confident face. He looked at Yakumo and nodded. Yakumo smiled. Hinata walked towards arena as calm posture. She knew Yakumo was close to Naruto, and this was the perfect opportunity to prove she was better than her, and Naruto might finally accept her. However, the fact was far away from that. Naruto was close to Yakumo because she understood him. Yakumo and Hinata faced each other. Hinata had a cold look on her face while Yakumo had determined face. Hajime, said Hayate to Hinata, moved quickly to end it quickly. Yakumo kept her calm yet determined face and dogged Hinata's taijutsu. Hyuga clan's taijutsu was nothing to be made fun of. Yakumo slammed her fist on Hinata's stomach, but Hinata dogged it swiftly. Yakumo jumped few steps back while Hinata saw this opportunity to end the battle quickly and attempted to attack her in mid-air. Yakumo made hand sign, fire style fire swirl, said Yakumo. The fire released from her jutsu covered entire arena. Hinata backed away and looked in confusion as she, idiot. Hinata launched herself at Yakumo and finally directed punch in her stomach, blocking her chakra points in. Smirked. It's over, said Hinata. Kurenai smirked and looked at Rin. Rin looked confident in her student. Indeed, said Yakumo as Hinata felt a kunai slammed in her legs. Yakumo jumped in air and kicked her in mouth, sending her rolling on ground. Hinata's eye wide and she found hard to speak. How? Hinata eye widened as she saw Yakumo, who she just, it was just a genjutsu. How couldn't I see it? Yakumo looked calm. All right, first phrase over. Yakumo wasted no time and weaved hand signs. Fire style fire tornado, said Yakumo as a fire tornado was moving towards Hinata. Hinata quickly stood up, ignoring the jab of kunai in her legs, and smirked. Wind gentle fist, said Hinata as the tornado disappeared. Yakumo eye widened slightly while Hinata looked confidently. She infused wind style with gentle fist, said Sasuke in awe while Neji looked in disgust. That's a good idea, said Kakashi. While Kushina nodded. Kurenai looked proudly while Rin was looking coldly at Hinata. Kurenai seemed to notice that and smirked. What happened, Rin? Don't you like Hinata's new move, or Yakumo is too weak? Asked Kurenai. Well, if situation was different I would have definitely complimented, but since that girl is doing it, it's almost vomiting. Plus Yakumo wasn't weak, just someone wasn't cut to be for teaching, said Rin calmly. Kurenai flinched at cold reply. What's your problem with Hinata? Asked Kurenai demandingly. Believe me, she is trash of worst kind, said Rin with venom. Everyone looked in shock while Neji nodded. 13 Yakumo took a slight breath and opened her eyes. Just give up, you can't win. I am Hyuga, said Hinata smugly, never giving up in my nindo, said Yakumo 6. However, only few people know what Yakumo actually meant. Hinata looked her in rage and charged at her in great speed. Hinata moved fast to punch her, but Yakumo moved even faster than her and slammed her palm in her back, sending her crashing on ground. Hinata quickly stood up and charged at her, but when the fist connect, it was a genjutsu. A punch was delivered on her face just a few inches away, just beside genjutsu was real Yakumo. Hinata was pushed aside. Hinata quickly used her legs to kick her, but it was still a illusion, while real Yakumo caught the leg and threw her in air. How? Asked Kurenai 3, while other Jonin was shocked and had jaw hanging. Genin were shocked as well. Naruto smirked. She wasn't kidding when she said she was developing something new. What is that? Said Ino. Skills of a true kunoichi, said Naruto as he smirked. Ino glared at him while Sakura looked down for some reason. I presume you know what it is? Asked Shino. Naruto nodded. And you're not going to tell us? Asked Sasuke. Doesn't matter, even if you knew the trick, you're useless against her, said Naruto. Oh, and pray to tell me why? Asked Kurenai. It is mixture of taijutsu and genjutsu, a technique that she came up with. Currently she is surrounded by a 3-layer charka, said Rin. Neji looked with Byakugan and nodded. What is that going to do? Asked Suad. Naruto shook his head. The layer not only protect her from physical damage to some extent, but its main purpose is to cast a genjutsu around her rapidly as she moves, while fooling her opponents about her location. Not only that, she controls everything around her body as long as chakra is there, thought Naruto. The layer of charka around her also keep on moving regularly, so Byakugan cannot detect genjutsu that fast unless you're too experienced with Byakugan, and even if you do overstress your Byakugan, your range will be less and Yakumo can caught you off guard, even with regular 3 Tomo Sharingan, unless you have a level beyond that, thought Naruto. 9. Hinata panted hardly as all her moves were useless and all she was getting punches and kick. Hinata saw the layer of charka, but it was difficult to cut through it as it was moving fast. Hinata clenched her fist and flowed wind charka into it. Wind sharp dill. Gentle fist, said Hinata as the wind charka got so thin and sharp to cut through the layers. Yakumo gritted her teeth. Stage 2 completed. She is almost tired now. Yakumo stopped using her genjutsu no taijutsu style and took a deep breath. She opened her mouth and smoke was released all over arena. That technique? Wait, that means? Asked Asuma. Baka. Hinata has Byakugan, she can see through this, said Kiba with a grin. Not really, said Neji. Shit, this smoke is infused with charka, thought Hinata. Boom, said Yakumo, and Hinata's eye widened. Hinata quickly moved out of smoke, but it was little too late. The smoke exploded, sending her flying on floor. Hinata's eye was filled with rage. How dare her embarrass her in front of Naruto? She deserves him. 2. Hinata moved quickly towards Yakumo to attack, but her Byakugan started defunctioning. What? Said Hinata. The fire jutsu I used in starting was to make sure your eye gets tired, said Yakumo. You cheap bitch, who the hell do you think you're nobody? I am Hyuga princess. I have fame, I have money. What do you have, you cheap garbage piece of shit? Stay away from him, said Hinata in rage. 6. Everyone looked in silence. Kurenai shook her head in disappointment. Sasuke looked at Hinata in sad gaze. You don't have his approval, said Yakumo. Hinata charged at Yakumo in full speed. Yakumo eye widened at the speed, but it was late. 4 palms, 8 palms, 14 palms, 16 palms, 24 palms. Yakumo stood on ground with blood. Her charka points were closed. You can't win, said Hinata. Yakumo fell on ground with coughing blood. Match is over. Win, Hinata moved fast enough and targeted her heart. Everyone's eye widened in horror before it could reach her heart. Hinata was sent flying at walls with blood all over her body. She coughed blood violently. Rin was standing in front of Yakumo with red eyes and killer intent. Naruto was checking on Yakumo and demanded for medics. Medics came and took her to hospital. Did I do good, sensei? Naruto asked Yakumo. Yeah, it was great, said Naruto and Rin with a big smile. Medics finally took her. Naruto looked at Hinata with disgusted face and walked away while Rin walked calmly. At watching area with Naruto, nobody moved in entire minute. Winner Hinata Hyuga, said Hayate. Kurenai took Hinata in hands and went to hospital. The screen lit up. Kin versus Neji. I give up, said Kin in fear. Neji looked at her suspiciously. Winner Neji Hyuga, said Hayate. Wow, she didn't even try, said Satsuki. Yeah, said Ino. Look at that Naruto. You will give up in fear in same way, said Kiba in mock tone. Naruto ignored him much to his annoyance. The screen lit up. Kankuro versus Shikamaru. Kankuro versus Shikamaru. Shikamaru lazily moved to arena while Kankuro determined. Shikamaru charged at Kankuro with kunai while Kankuro charged at him. Kankuro punched Shikamaru on stomach. Shikamaru was pushed back but landed a hit on Kankuro's stomach. Water-style water beast, shouted Shikamaru. A huge wolf water appeared and attacked Kankuro. One. Everyone eye widen in shock. Wow, I have no idea Shikamaru knew such moves, said Kiba. Aren't you his teammate? Asked Satsuki. You're Naruto's too, said Ino. That's different, said Satsuki. Whatever, said Ino. Shikamaru practiced it for exams, said Choji. The water beast hit Kankuro. Shikamaru looked alerted. Kankuro came out of water beast. How? Asked Shikamaru. One, puppets, said Kankuro as he moved in high speed and kicked Shikamaru. I give up, said Shikamaru. Huh, roared everyone. I have no chance now, said Shikamaru lazily. Winner Kankuro, said Hayate. The screen lit up. Mito versus Narumi. Kushina was glaring daggers in Minato, who paled. Jiraiya looked away nervously while Suad gulped. Mito and Narumi was dumbfounded. Huh. Narumi versus Mito. Mito looked at Narumi in determination while Narumi did same. No holding back, said Mito with a grin. Narumi smirked and nodded. Mito charged at Narumi with a fist, who caught it and tried to kick Mito. Mito waved hand signs. Wind release. Wind bullet, said Mito as a huge bullet appeared on in front of her and launched at Narumi. Fire style mini fire dragon, said Narumi as her dragon collided with Mito's bullet, creating huge explosion. Mito was about to charge when she felt kunai coming through smoke. She dogged them. Suddenly smoke cleared with Narumi having a Rasengan in hand. Mito charged at her with full speed. Narumi was about to smash Rasengan when Mito smashed her hands on ground. Earth-style wall, said Mito as Rasengan collided on wall, creating a shock wave. Mito suddenly came behind Narumi. Narumi eye widened and she was kicked in chin, sending her flying at ground. Suddenly Narumi stood up. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, said Narumi as 10 Narumi charged at Mito. Mito defeated them easily and taped her finger on ground. Earth-style assault, said Mito as 3 pillars emerged from ground and charged at Narumi. Narumi jumped on them and ran towards Mito with a katana. Mito eye widened and took out a kunai and threw at her. Narumi caught it. Mito smirked. The kunai changed into Mito's clone, who kicked Narumi's waist and sended her flying towards real Mito. Narumi took this as an opportunity and weaved hand signs. Wind-style palm release, said Narumi launched it into Mito's face and Mito went flying. Fucking hell, said Kiba in fear. So this is power of Hokage's kid, said Neji. Sakura and Ino had mouth gaping. Jonin expected that but were amazed. Hinata Doesn't stand a chance at them, said Shino. Satsuki looked in awe while Sasuke looked excited to fight them. Naruto was looking neutrally while Kurama was raging inside his head. That's due to my powers, roared Kurama. Hi, said Naruto in bored tone. Take my powers seriously, ninjin, sigh. Naruto, did you knew this? I mean such power, asked Satsuki. Nah, said Naruto in bored tone. It seems you're not interested in their fight, said Shino. Everyone looked at Naruto, even Minato. You want to visit Yakumo, right? Asked Satsuki with a grin. Yeah, said Naruto lamely. You must care for her a lot, said Choji. Naruto nodded. Jiraiya frowned. He expected Naruto to show some interest or became excited and then ask for training from them. Isn't he interested to become strong like her elder sisters? 3 Mito was knocked out by Narumi. Narumi instantly went at Mito and helped her. Winner Narumi, said Hayate. Screen lit up. Naruto vs Kiba. Naruto vs Kiba 2. Naruto sighted and went towards stairs to climb down only to be stopped by Jiraiya, who grabbed his shoulder. Naruto, please give up on this match. You can try next time. You're not trained enough yet. They are clan heirs and have trained from childhood. Hinata. Satsuki. Sasuke Ino, you aren't trained just on more year and I will make as strong as your elder sisters. Just please, we don't want you to get hurt, said Jiraiya in soft tone. 5 Everyone looked at them. He royally fucked up, thought Makoto. 3 Satsuki looked nervous and Sasuke noticed that Ino wasn't sure what to say while Sakura stayed quiet. Choji stopped eating while Shikamaru was looking at them with intensity. Jonin were totally different. Rin wanted to kick Jiraiya's ass, but Asuma was holding her. One Kurenai smirked knowing that Kiba will beat Naruto. 9 Kakashi was glad that Naruto will give up and come close to his family and learn their technique, and he then may teach him Chidori. 2 Guy was totally upset. He wanted to see Naruto in action. Narumi decided to help. Ototo, I will train you for next year along with Mito. Just let's be family again, said Narumi pleasingly. Kushina felt bad for Naruto but knew it was better than him getting killed. The mere thought haunts her and she hoped Naruto will give him. Minato had a bad feeling, a sense of dread. 2 Team Suna was totally shocked. Even Gaara was looking at them as if they are insane. 1 See loser, just give up as he says. You're worthless, total failure, said Kiba in mocking tone. Kurama sneered at them while he was afraid. Naruto slapped Jiraiya's hand. Hardly know your place, trash, said Naruto coldly. 2 Jiraiya backed away in shock. Naruto turned at Kiba and spoke venomously. Kiba, I will show you exactly where you belong, you street dog, said Naruto. Kiba eye was filled with rage. Naruto vs Kiba. Tension was in air. Kiba was looking angrily at Naruto and Naruto was looking coldly at Kiba. Give up, you loser, you're dead last. You never had friends, you're worthless. Even your parents didn't bother to teach you. You are nothing in compared to your sisters. Even if you die, no one will give a flying fuck, said Kiba with grin mocking him. Sasuke flinched at friend's comment. I am talking to Naruto after this. 3 Minato and Kushina along with Team Minato and Sannin flinched at parents' comment. Narumi glared at Kiba. You can never become anything great because you have no goals, said Kiba. Naruto eye flashed red with a grin. At least I am son of a human, started Naruto mockingly. Cold voice. Everyone eye widen in horror. At least my mother wasn't raped by some street dogi unlike you, said Naruto with a shit-eating grin. 14 Kiba looked at him in absolute rage. Naruto, roared Kiba. Akamaru stayed back. Kiba charged at Naruto with full speed. It happened in a second. Kiba was sent flying on walls while he coughed blood violently. Everyone eye widen. What was that just now, thought Makoto. That was pure speed, thought Guy. All Genin looked in shock. No way. I knew he was hiding, but this is insane, thought Minato, and Jiraiya. 1 Kushina was feeling happy and sad while happy. Naruto was this powerful while sad since she wasn't the one who trained her. Rin was wide-eyed. You said I cannot become anything great. Why? Asked Naruto calmly. Kiba stood up and coughed blood. Because those who have goals and precious people can only become stronger, said Kiba. Naruto chuckled. Those are excuses of weaklings. You are just excusing yourself, said Naruto. Shut up, someone like you can never understand, shouted Kiba in rage. Let me show your place, said Naruto coldly. Naruto shunshin behind Kiba and kicked him on back, sending him flying. Kiba balanced himself in mid-air only to hear a voice from behind. Fire style great fireball jutsu, said Naruto. As he released a fireball and it shit Kiba on his life shoulder. Ag, cried Kiba in pain. Akamaru cried and licked Kiba on cheeks, who was lying on floor. Naruto ran towards him and kicked in head, sending him rolling on floor. Kiba stood up and tried to reach his pocket. Naruto chuckled and punched Kiba on his face. Kiba nose bleed, but Naruto didn't stop. He kept on punching his face. Naruto slammed his fist on his stomach and smashes his elbow on his ribs. Kiba was hardly standing on his leg now. His legs were trembling and whole body was bleeding. Tears were on his cheeks out of pain. Pfff, alright, go and do your thing, said Naruto as laughed and stepped back. Kushina was sobbing silently at such violence by his son. Stop it, Naruto. Minato couldn't look at Kiba's condition for a fresh genin. It was hell, and even more his youngest son is doing it. Jiraiya was looking with anger while Saunde was ready for healing. Kiba genin looked in shock and despair. Naruto, please, Kiba is stupid and an idiot. He has no control over his mouth. Please just finish it. I am begging you, said Ino as she cried. Choji was comforting Ino while Shikamaru was quiet. Sasuke was horrified and an image of Shisui flashed behind Naruto too. Satsuki was clenching her fist. Rin looked Naruto with blank eyes. Rin, said Isobu in worried voice. Kakashi looked pissed while Obito was holding him back. Kurenai glared at Naruto with disgust while Asuma was full of rage. Asuma cannot bear his genin getting tortured by anyone. Stop, I will not stop you. Pathetic excuse of Kunoichi. I will humiliate this idiot. Weaklings like him have no choice. He is wannabe shinobi who doesn't understand horrors of world, said Naruto coldly. Naruto turned towards Kiba and walked calmly at him. Kiba trembled in fear. Naruto took out food pills. Naruto spit on it and smashed it in Kiba's mouth. You think you have a chance against me? I will break that illusion of yours, said Naruto with red eyes. Kiba felt his chakra and stamina come back. He looked at Naruto. Well, do your thing, said Naruto. Akamaru transformed into Kiba, fang over fang, said Kiba and Akamaru as they spin and dashed towards Naruto. Kiba punched Naruto in face and Akamaru kicked him on stomach. Now I will win, said Kiba with grin. Naruto coughed blood and Kiba launched himself at Naruto and grabbed him by back. You're done dead last. I will win. Failure or always failure, said Kiba with grin. Is that so, Kiba? Asked Naruto, who was standing few feet behind him. Kiba and Akamaru eye widen and they looked back at Naruto. Naruto looked at him calmly with cold eye. Kiba suddenly looked at the clone Naruto, who was smirking coldly. Lightning release, said clone Naruto. A wave of current flashed on Kiba's body and he roared in pain. Akamaru received a punch on his stomach and he fell on ground as he deformed into his original form. Winner Naruto, said Hayate. Everyone was silent. I only did this to you, Kiba, to make you a prime example for those who underestimate me, said Naruto. Kiba looked up at him barely. Stay conscious. Why are you like this? You keep on distancing yourself from others. You don't Appreciate your team. You ignore Satsuki most of time. You never show interest in anything, said Kiba. As stood up and glared at Naruto. Do you think you being Hokage's son makes you special is what I thought, but you gave up on his name and left family. I can't understand you. Why are so damn confident and looked upon us as if we're lower than you, said Kiba. Kiba look underneath, said Naruto, and he walked away at distance. Everyone was silent. Suad jumped down and healed Kiba. Your injuries are healing itself, said Suad in surprise. Is this your doing? Asked Kiba too. Naruto looked at him and closed eyes. Kiba sighed and went unconscious. Pick your numbers from box and it will decide who you will fight, said Hayate. Everyone picked their numbers since Hinata was in hospital. Kurenai did on her behalf. 2, said Gaara. 5, said Neji. 3, said Satsuki. 1, said Narumi. 4, said Tamari. 6, said Kurenai. 3 inches. 9, said Sasuke. 7, said Shino. 8, said Kankuro. 10, said Naruto. All right, opponents will such, said Hayate. The screen opened. Narumi versus Satsuki. 1, Gaara versus Sasuke. 1, Hinata versus Tamari. Shino versus Kankuro. Naruto versus Neji. Everyone nodded. Naruto quickly went towards outside. 2, Naruto, shouted Shikamaru. Naruto turned to see all rookie looking at him while Jonin and Hokage discussing something. What? Said Naruto in irritated voice. We wanted 2, is it important? Yakumo is in hospital and I want to check on her, asked Naruto. Oh alright, said Shikamaru. He really cares about her. Damn. Naruto shunshined. I am going after him. He can't just. Ino was cut by Sasuke. You can do you stuff later. It's my turn to talk. Hey, where are you going? Asked Sasuke. Satsuki looked at him with 3 Tomo Sharingan and dark coal red eyes. Sasuke immediately shut up. Don't start what you can't finish. Sasuke, said Satsuki emotionlessly while other cringed at her tone. She also shunshined away. Let's go, said Shikamaru quietly. Naruto arrived in hospital and walked towards reception. Yakumo Kurama, said Naruto. The woman looked up and frowned. Get lost, demon, said woman. Naruto slapped her on cheeks. The woman eye widened. 7, tell me, said Naruto coldly. Our room and no 304 inches, said woman 1. Naruto went towards room while Genin, who just watched all this, were shocked or pissed. Naruto barged in room and saw Yakumo on lying bed. Yakumo, said Naruto worriedly. Yakumo smiled. Did you won? Asked Yakumo. Yeah, it was just another loser. How are you feeling now? Asked Naruto. I am fine, said Yakumo. Naruto sighed. Naruto, said Mito. Naruto turned to see everyone looking at him. What? Asked Naruto. Apologize, you just can't. I don't have time for your bullshit, said Naruto quickly. Naruto, we need to talk, said Sasuke. Naruto groaned in frustration. Talk, said Naruto. Listen, you're hurting people feelings. Stop now, said Sasuke hesitantly. And why will I care about others' feelings? Asked Naruto in curious tone. Everyone looked him in disbelief. What's wrong with you? Aren't we friends? Asked Shikamaru, losing his temper. 7, no we are not, said Naruto coldly. 1, everyone flinched at cold reply. He isn't lying. After all, he was planning to kill you all in forest, said Satsuki, who just entered room. What? Asked everyone. We had an unexpected accident or you guys would have been dead, said Satsuki. But why? Asked Sakura. I want to get rid of these Chunin exams, said Naruto in pure annoyance, and killing us is best. Asked Choji. Naruto cited. A Anbu appeared in room. Uzumaki. Naruto, your presence is needed in Hokage room, said Yugo. Understood, said Naruto. There was a silence. Naruto, what you did today wasn't good, said Yugo. Shut up and mind your own business, said Naruto. Naruto, are you still pissed? Asked Yugo. 7. Leave, said Naruto. Yugo went away. Everyone looked in shock. Wait, I will come with you, said Yakumo. No, stay and rest, said Naruto. I am not a child, said Yakumo. No, said Naruto. All right, but come again and tell me what happened. Okay, asked Yakumo. Naruto nodded. Naruto, I know I have been jerk with you, but please let's be friends again. I really regret when I started ignoring you. I was hoping we can catch up again. Yumi and Hinata, I wanted to focus on my goal, but I was wrong to do it, said Sasuke. Everyone looked at him. Then I have my rights to approach my goal, so leave me alone, said Naruto. Everyone looked at Naruto in sadness. I can help you. I don't need your help, said Naruto. Naruto shunshin away. Yakumo, tell me why is he like this, shouted Satsuki. Because he doesn't trust any of you, said Yakumo. I will win over him, said Satsuki. 11 Hokage room. Naruto entered room and suddenly became alert. All Jonins were present, including Team Minato and Sannin and Kushina. Naruto entered room in silence and looked at Naruto with deep blue eyes. Naruto, I will be blunt with you. Why are you hiding your true powers? Said Minato. Deception is art of a shinobi, said Naruto. Don't talk like that. Who trained you? Asked Hokage, raising his voice. Self-trained. I read every day. I took scrolls from Hiruzen GGI. Followed route line, said Naruto. 1. I see as your father. You're not my father, said Naruto as growled. Whether you like it or not, he is your father. You have to obey him, said Jiraiya. Nobody asked you, scum, said Naruto venomously. You might be strong, but you are nothing compared against me, said Jiraiya as glared at him. What makes you think someone wants to be like you, said Naruto. 4. Jiraiya gritted his teeth. Was it necessary to humiliate Genin Kiba? Asked Minato calmly. Yeah. Unlike you, I have my pride, said Naruto. You went too far even to insult a clan head, said Minato. Naruto glared at Minato. Anything else? Asked Naruto. Yeah, actually you have made it 2 final rounds. All will be clan heirs. They have their special technique. I want you to teach Rasengan, said Minato as smiled. I don't want to learn it, said Naruto in bored tone. Why? Roared Minato. Naruto, didn't you see your elder sisters using Rasengan? It is powerful, said Guy. Naruto, we are trying to make up to you. Let us help you, said Kushina. No, you're trying to get rid of guilt, said Naruto. Everyone became silent. What? Asked Minato softly. You don't care about me. The guilt is eating you, and you want to get rid of it by teaching me, said Naruto. 9. No, I care about you, said Kushina. Even if you do, I don't care. If I become a great shinobi, I don't want you to have any contribution in it, said Naruto. Minato flinched while other looked in disbelief. And about special moves, I have my own special moves, said Naruto in smirk. Show us then, said Kurenai. Fine, let me show you, said Naruto as suddenly the room was filled with Charka. Everyone in room I widened and looked at him wide-eyed. Dice appeared. WW, what was that? Asked Guy. Minato looked at Naruto in awe, while Kushina was jaw-hanging. Jiraiya looked in shock while Suad was looking as if someone killed her. It was Finjutsu, said Naruto. But how? Said Kushina. Wait, it cursed seal? Asked Suad. Far from it, it was my creation. It's called Chaster, said Naruto. See Chaster? Asked Kurenai. I won't go in detail, but it is one of my best creation. Yet you already have seen Zanjetsu, said Naruto. If that's not enough, I will tell you one more thing, said Naruto. What? Asked Orochimaru. I have all elements, said Naruto. All? Asked Guy. Yeah, just like third Hokage, said Naruto. Damn, said Jiraiya. How about summoning? Asked Suad as she grinned. Nobody will miss chance. For a slug, toads and snakes, I have it, said Naruto. What which? Asked Jiraiya. No, it should be toads, my last chance too. I cannot tell that I am not allowed to summon it either. I will not answer any questions, said Naruto. I see, said Minato in disappointment. Now then, the most important part, curse seal, said Orochimaru. We need to seal it, said Kushina. No, I will use it as my advantage, said Naruto. There is no arguing, brat. We cannot leave it unsealed, said Asuma. Kakashi approached Naruto, but Naruto went into defensive mode. Not you, Hokage-sama will, said Naruto in voice full distrust. Kakashi frowned at his tone. I am supposed to be you, big brother. 7. Alright, follow me, said Minato. Is everything ready? Asked Kazekage. Hi, said Asuna Shinobi. Naruto just walked out of Hokage Tower as rubbed his neck. Minato just sealed away his curse mark. Kurama, he didn't put any other seal, right? Asked Naruto. No, I would have known if he did, said Kurama confidently. I see. Are you planning to go all out in exams? Nope, only to become Chunin. Why is that? If I become a Chunin, I will get mission outside this hellhole and then I can fake my death and finally be free. Not bad. Naruto tapped on the seal on his house and entered. He took out his clothes except underwear and laid on bed. So Minato sealed away my seal, said Anko. Naruto eyes snapped and looked at right. You, how did you get in there? Asked Naruto in whisper. Don't worry about it, I came to talk, said Anko. Naruto sighed and made a hand sign. Suddenly a pattern appeared on wall and glowed. The house is secure now, said Naruto. How? Asked Anko. It's security seal, nobody can peek inside house, said Naruto. Anko was shocked. Wow, he is something. So what do you want? Asked Naruto. I am here to inform you about something. The invasion, said Anko. Seriously, invasion? Asked Naruto in surprise. Yes, Kazekage is planning to attack Konoha, said Anko. Any reason? Asked Naruto. Suna has been facing economical issue and I am guessing for stealing information and jutsu, said Anko. I see, said Naruto, but I came to ask something. How are you going to handle 3 Jinchuriku? Asked Anko. 3? Asked Naruto in shock. Oh, Kazecage's son has one tail, said Anko. Don't worry, those 3 don't stand a chance against me, said Naruto cruelly. Aren't you overconfident? Asked Anko with a frown. Nope, I have faith, said Naruto. Anko smirked and climbed on bed and crawled over him. 5. Naruto blushed as Anko licked his cheeks. See, can I ask a question? Asked Naruto. Shoot. Why did you have me curse mark? Asked Naruto. Because you are coming with me. I need you for plans, not as a pawn but as comrade, said Anko seriously. Well, I do want to run from Konoha. Count me in, said Naruto. Sweet, now go and train for a month and all, then we will escape, said Anko. Oh, and I have something to tell you, said Anko. 1 month later, the stadium was filled with people. Daimyo and lords were sitting on special VIP seats. The participants for final match were standing on waiting area. The waiting area was above grounds where every match can be seen. Lord Hokage and Lord Kazekage has already arrived. All participants are there except Naruto. Where is he? Asked Yakumo, who's sitting in audience. Maybe he ran away, taunted Ino. Yakumo looked at her blankly. Ino laughed nervously. Where is Naruto? Thought Sasuke. Satsuki was calm. Minato and Kushina was also looking for their youngest child. Maybe he took my advice, said Jiraiya. Orochimaru scoffed. Jiraiya glared at him and Suad was silent. Minato sighed and stood up. Start the Chunin exams, shouted Minato as crowd roared. Hayate nodded. First match, Neji versus Naruto, shouted Hayate. Neji walked towards Hayate. Seems like that failure cowardly ran away. Seems like fate has. Naruto appeared with lightning shunshin in middle of ground. Ah, right on time, said Hayate. Naruto nodded while Neji sneered. One Minato looked at Naruto with calculative gaze. Neji is a prodigy of Hyuga clan. How is Naruto going to defeat him? 4 Kushina looked worried while Jiraiya frowned. Neji versus Naruto. Give up. Naruto. Fate has decided to make me the winner of this match, said Neji smugly. You were born failure, dead last of your generation. You might have defeated Kiba, but that proves nothing at all. You do not worth anyone time. An absolute failure. You shouldn't be born in first place. You are worm compared to your sisters. You should just lick our legs and become our servant. Your fate is to die like a idiot, roared Neji with smirk. Naruto looked at him with blank expression. I'll kill him, said Yakumo with cold eyes. 2 Minato was fuming with anger while Kushina was being held by Orochimaru and Suad. All Genin weren't able to tell who is better, Neji or Naruto. Tenten smirked. Rin was pissed while Kakashi seemed to be blank. Guy lowered his head in shame. Naruto sighted. Naruto charged at him and kicked his face, sending him flying in air. What s speed? Naruto jumped in air and weaved hand signs. Fire style fire dragon jutsu, shouted Naruto as 5-time bigger fire dragon was launched at Neji, who barely dogged it. Neji was about to land on ground, but when his first leg touched ground he was targeted by kunai around him. Neji activated his Byakugan and dogged them. Neji looked at Naruto, who just appeared in front of him. He is fast. He wasn't this fast when he fought with Kiba. He was holding back. Neji launched at him and attacked him with his Hyuga style while Naruto seemed to dodge it easily. Naruto punched him on stomach and kicked him on chin. Neji stepped back in pain while Naruto tried to kick Neji, but Neji caught it and kicked Naruto in stomach. Neji charged at Naruto while Naruto charged at Neji. Their fist collided. Naruto took a kunai from his pouch and threw it on his eyes. Neji was about to doge when kunai puffed, revealing Naruto shadow clone, which made a hang sign. Water style water bullet, shouted Naruto. The water bullet slammed into Neji's chest as Neji coughed in pain. Naruto gestured him to attack with a smirk. Neji ran towards him and attacked him on his chakra point. He slammed his fist on his chakra point and smirked. His smirked vanished when Naruto disappeared. Naruto, who just beside him, pointed at his chest. That's, said Yakumo with a smile. Genjutsu no taijutsu, said Rin with a smirk. He known it too, said Hinata. Lightning style small shot, said Naruto as a spark of lighting was released from his finger and hit Neji's wet chest. Neji roared in pain when his chest pained. Naruto kicked Neji head with charka infused leg and Neji went flying on ground. How is this possible? Fate should have you know. Just because your daddy died you don't have to be an ass, said Naruto in bored tone. 16 Minato eye widen in horror while Kushina gasped. That was totally uncalled for, said Tsunade to Hiyashi. Hyuga looked in shock at the battle while Hinata looked Naruto in disbelieving. Rin facepalmed while Guy looked Neji sadly. You, shouted Neji. 4 palms, 2 inches, 8 palms, 12 palms, 16 palms. Naruto kept on dogging them easily while Neji became enraged. 2 Naruto weaved hand signs while Neji smirked. Kaiten rotation, shouted Neji as revolved quickly with Charka shield around him. Dad, isn't that rotation Hyuga main branch, said Hiyashi. Hinata gritted his teeth. 3 Naruto released smoke from his mouth and it revolved around Neji. Kaiten around him. Naruto smirked. Why are smiling? Kaiten will protect me. It has 360-degree visual, said Neji. Everyone in stadium was silent. The moment you stop it you're done for, said Naruto. And why will I do that? Asked Neji. Because I will force you said Naruto. Baka, if he touches Kaden he is done for, said Tenten with smirk. You said same thing before too, yet Naruto is standing, said Yakumo. Naruto took a deep breath while others observed. 8 inner gates. Gate of healing, shouted Naruto as green aura appeared around him. 1. Naruto smashed his fist on Kaden and Kaden instantly disappeared. Gaia, that was inner gates, right? Asked Kurenai. That was insane. How did he learn it? Obito was cut by Guy. You don't understand that. Gate of healing increases the user's physical strength. This has the added effect of re-energizing the body, enabling it to rapidly recover from exhaustion, and his second gate is stronger than Lee's 5th gate, shouted Guy in disbelieving. Minato, who listened all this, had his jaws dropped. Kushina was looking in disbelief while Jiraiya looked in shock. Suad was amazed with recovery of exhaustion. Kazekage was wide-eyed at display of skills. Satsuki smirked while Sasuke looked in suspicious. Ino looked in fear while Sakura was in awe. Shikamaru observed while Choji was eating more rapidly. 4. Hinata clenched her fist. The Kaden broke and all the smoke around Neji was exposed to him. Naruto jumped back from cloud of smoke around Neji and made a tiger seal. Boom, the smoke cloud exploded while Neji went flying in sky and crashed on ground. Neji wasn't able to move. Winner Naruto Uzumaki, said Hayate as people cheered. 2. Naruto walked towards Neji. Cage bird seal determined your fate. Yet you are fighting from your fate, and that is why you are hypocrite. We both are same. Our lives were doomed with a single seal on of our bodies. I will never give, said Naruto as walked away.